Panthers just able to dig it, and a kill by Vasquez Gomez.
And that's one of the best swings that we've seen today.
And welcome into this week's episode of Pitt Beyond the Script inside Pitt Studios. I'm Kevin Wheeler here with head volleyball coach Dan Fisher. Dan, fresh off of 2 wins last weekend, how are things right now?
Well, things are good. The wins kind of gave us a little boost just to keep working hard and know that we're training to make the NC2A tournament this year, and that the rest of our games have meaning.
We'll get to that in a second, but I want to flash back to the fall a little bit. Obviously, it wasn't the fall that you necessarily wanted, as there was a lot of turnover on your roster. But I'm curious, what did you learn about your team from the fall season?
Well, fall was just such a weird time. We were one of the only teams, conferences playing, and there was just uncertainty. I think that we were able to train a lot more than other programs, and we weren't shut down very much. And so I think, some of the new players, you're starting to see, the benefits of having some training block, and some girls really starting to improve.
This is the first time we've seen regular season games being played in the springtime. So I'm curious about the layoff now, between the fall in November to now. What were the benefits of that, and how did you navigate that?
Yeah, I think it was, for us, it's been good. I think, normally a Christmas break, going into an off season, some girls can get out of shape, or, but knowing that we had, a season coming up, I think was extra motivation. And so I think it's been very productive. And like I said, I think you're seeing some players that have really taken their game to the next level.
So you love playing in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, of course, and you got back there last weekend, got the 2 wins. What was your messaging to the team heading into that weekend, and how do you believe they responded to that?
Not so different than other years, but just that, knowing that Georgia Tech has been the best team in our league so far this year, arguably, or the best. And so just a chance to prove ourselves against a really good opponent right away was, I think, the motivation was already there.
Levers. Vasquez Gomez. It looks like point for the Panthers, and they win this match.
Yeah, you kind of flash forward to the Georgia Tech match, because that really was the highlight of the weekend. And leading into that Monday match with them, the Yellow Jackets had won 26 of 28 coming into that, and you mentioned it. They were at the top of the conference, one of the best offenses in the conference and in the nation, and ranking 6th in the country in hit percent. You held them to a 145 clip on Monday. What does that say about your defense, something that was kind of in a transition mode? Yeah,
well, it says 2 things. One is our defense, especially our back row and our serving, was very good, and we were pleased with how all our back row defenders played. I think it also says a little something about how tough our pod was in the fall. We've been playing some tough competition a lot, and they were in a slightly weaker pod, and so I think they weren't maybe as used to playing good teams as we were, so I think that helped us.
Tech was number 20 in the rankings coming into that. It was a big match, not just for your team, but for your tournament resume, and there's a lot of things you could apply to it. But internally, what do you think that win means for your team?
Well, we talked about the motivation for the rest of the season, feeling like we can make the tournament. I also think it's, you work really hard in the practice gym, and then you need to be tested, and you need to get those wins to kind of confirm, hey, what we're doing is paying off. And so I think it's, I think it gives new motivation to keep working hard.
First set. And a kill from the outside. Nice play by the Panthers, Jordan Lockwood.
So as you look forward here, the Georgia Tech win bolsters your tournament resume. You said to me it would have been difficult had you not won that game to start thinking about postseason. And it's harder this year than ever before. There's only 16 at-large bids, so the emphasis on conference play is so much higher. So what can you do going forward here? What is your outlook to trying to get to another tournament?
It's a little bit of a mystery how that field's going to be picked, and so we're focusing on, the controllables, and that is this spring season. And, no matter how they look at it, the last 10 are going to be important. And so we're going to, we want to finish strong and make a strong case to make that tournament. And I think we have a good chance.
Dan, thanks so much for joining us this week. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for having me.
A little bit later, we catch up with Pitt football defensive coordinator Randy Bates as we continue on Pitt Beyond the Script.